A tale of the honest woodcutter, a lesson of truth and reward. One morning, a kind woodcutter set out to work by the river. Woodcutter thought, what a beautiful day to chop some wood. He worked hard every day, always with a smile. Woodcutter said, chop, chop. Soon I'll have enough wood for the market. But suddenly, oh no! His only axe slipped into the river. Woodcutter shouted, my axe! No! Without his axe, the poor man could not work anymore. Woodcutter said, what will I do now? Just then, something magical happened. River Angel appeared from nowhere and asked, good man, is this golden axe the one you lost? Woodcutter replied, no, that is not my axe. Mine was plain and wooden. River Angel asked again, is this silver axe yours then? Woodcutter replied, no, kind angel, that is not mine either. Seeing his axe, Woodcutter shouted, yes! That is my axe! Thank you, thank you! Impressed with his honesty, the River Angel gave him all 3 axes. But a greedy neighbor was watching. Neighbor thought, ha! If I drop my axe, I'll get gold too. The greedy neighbor shouted, oh no! My axe is gone. What shall I do? Again, River Angel appeared from nowhere and asked, is this your axe? Neighbor replied, yes, yes, that's mine. But the River Angel saw his greed. He lost everything, even his own axe. The honest woodcutter lived happily, rewarded for his truthfulness. Moral of the story, honesty is always rewarded. Greed will only leave you with nothing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Grandma's Tales Treasure on YouTube and Instagram for new tales full of fun and learning. A Tale of the Cap Seller and Monkeys, the Lesson of Cleverness. Once in a small town, there lived a cheerful man who sold colorful caps. Cap seller shouted, caps, caps, caps. Red caps, green caps, blue caps. One hot day, he set out to the next village, carrying his basket of caps. Cap seller thought, phew, this sun is so strong. After walking a long way, he grew tired and rested under a big shady tree. Cap seller thought, just a small nap, then I'll go sell more caps. But he wasn't alone, some naughty monkeys were watching. Monkey whispered, oh, look at those shiny caps. One by one, the monkeys grabbed the caps and wore them. Monkeys together said, hee hee. We look so smart. When the cap seller woke up, his basket was empty. Cap seller shouted, oh no! Where are my caps? To his shock, the cap seller saw all the monkeys wearing his caps and showing off like little kings of the forest. Cap seller said, oh no! My caps! He begged the monkeys to return his caps. Cap seller said, please, give me back my caps. Monkey laughed, hee hee hee. When he shouted in anger, the monkeys only copied him. Cap seller asked, give them back. Monkeys mocked him. The cap seller tried clapping, stomping, and making noises, but the monkeys only copied him and turned it into a game. Then he remembered, monkeys always copy. Cap seller thought, if I do this. So he decided to trick them with one last move. At once, all the monkeys copied him. Cap seller said, yes. It worked. The clever cap seller got all his caps back and went home happily. Cap seller said, smart thinking saves the day. Moral of the story, clever thinking can solve problems. Use your intelligence in difficult situations. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Grandma's Tales Treasure on YouTube and Instagram for new tales full of fun and learning. A Tale of the Hen and the Golden Egg, a lesson on greed. Long ago, in a quiet village, there lived a farmer, his wife, their children, and a little hen. Life was simple but full of happiness. One morning, something magical happened. The little hen laid a golden egg. From then on, the hen gave a golden egg every single day. The family lived happily and had all they needed. The golden eggs brought comfort and joy. Life was filled with plenty. But soon, the farmer grew impatient. Why only one egg a day, he wondered. Greed filled his heart. He dreamed of getting all the golden eggs at once. Blinded by greed, the farmer made a terrible mistake. He killed the hen, hoping to find many golden eggs inside. But there were no golden eggs inside, only sorrow. The farmer had lost the precious hen forever. From that day on, the family grew poorer. The farmer realized how foolish his greed had been. Moral of the story: don't be greedy. Appreciate what you have. Patience and gratitude bring true happiness. Always be thankful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Grandma's Tales Treasure on YouTube and Instagram for new tales full of fun and learning. A Tale of the Merchant and the Donkey, a lesson on hard work. A merchant had a donkey. The poor donkey worked very hard, carrying heavy salt loads every day. Donkey said, "Oh, these sacks are so heavy." The donkey was tired, but his master pushed him to keep going. Merchant said, "Come on. We must reach the town quickly." One day, they had to cross a shallow river. The donkey felt the load was too heavy. The donkey slipped and fell. The sacks sank into the water. Merchant shouted, "Clumsy fool! Get up!" When he stood up, the donkey felt lighter. The salt had dissolved in the river. Donkey smiled and said, "Ha! Carrying this is easy now." That night, the donkey thought of a trick. Falling in the river made his load lighter. Donkey thought, "Hee hee. I'll do this again tomorrow." The next day, he pretended to slip again. His load became light once more. Donkey laughed and said, "Ah, what a clever trick." But the merchant noticed. He realized the donkey was playing tricks. The merchant decided to teach the donkey a lesson. Merchant whispered to himself, "This time, he won't be so happy." The donkey was sure his trick would work again. Donkey thought, "Haha, today will be easy again." He fell into the river on purpose once again. Donkey laughed and said, "Splash! My load will be lighter now." But this time, the sacks grew even heavier. The sponges soaked up the water. Donkey groaned and said, "Oh no! It's heavier than before." The donkey struggled all the way, learning his trick had failed. The donkey realized he could not escape work through dishonesty. Merchant calmly said, "Tricks may work once, but not always." Moral of the story: a single trick does not help every time. Hard work and honesty are always better than shortcuts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Grandma's Tales Treasure on YouTube and Instagram for new tales full of fun and learning. A Tale of Two Silly Goats, a lesson on stubbornness and anger. One fine morning, two goats set out on their journey, each from a different side of the river. They both wanted to cross the narrow bridge at the same time. In the very middle, they met. But the bridge was too narrow for both to pass. White Goat said, "You step back, I came first." Brown Goat said, "No way. You move back." Neither wanted to give way. They began to argue. The goats grew more and more angry. Neither would take even one step back. Finally, they lowered their heads, ready to fight. The goats butted heads, each pushing with all their might. The fight went on and on. Neither goat wanted to lose. At last, both slipped and fell into the rushing river below. Their stubborn quarrel solved nothing. In the end, both lost. Moral of the story: anger and quarrels do not solve problems. It is always better to stay calm, kind, and understanding. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Grandma's Tales Treasure on YouTube and Instagram for new tales full of fun and learning.